Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, Hobby Gaming here. If you're new to the channel and you haven't watched any of my videos and this is your first video, we do get videos on Roblox games, Roblox giveaways, Roblox scripting tutorials, and, sorts that'd be funny. Now, if any of you have any ideas you want to do for a video, link them down in a comment, and I'll get to them as soon as I can, and I'll think about your idea. Now today we're gonna be playing a Roblox game. I'm gonna tell you all about the game. The game is called World Zero. By far, it's one of the most popular games in Roblox, and there's no one type of person who play it. It's for anybody. But the genre is role-playing games. So it's a game where you have different kind of classes, which are different kind of characters you can use, different dungeons you can explore, different bosses, pets, loot, and all that kind of stuff. But today, I'm going to tell you about the game itself and what I think you guys should do. I'm not the best in the game. I have rebirth twice, and I do have some really rare pets. And maybe, if I get enough subscribers, I will do a giveaway with my pets. Now, if you see here, we're into the game. Now, if you're a new player, you will not see this, because this is my current character. You hit play, and patch notes actually just all the newest updates within probably the last 4 to 5 updates, depending on how big they are. Now, you can have multiple characters. Now, you see here, this is my actual character. You can customize your character if you're a new player. This is the staff I'm using. I'm using a staff character that needs a staff. Now, any armor can be used by anybody. Now, let's play the game. Now, I'm in World 7 now, so I'm actually going to teleport to World 1 as soon as I get into World 7, so that any new players can understand what's going on. Because I don't want you all being confused, what? I'm in World... This is World 7, not World 1. And now, as I'm speaking, you see you get a little sidebar menu. And that has actually a lot of cool stuff that helps you along with your game. Now here, it is your quest cleared, dungeons unlocked, and waystones found. Now you might be wondering, what are waystones? They are little teleporters throughout the map. Let's see if I can find one right here. If you found a little waystone and you teleport to it, you can teleport to, I found the snake farm waystone, so, I can teleport to the snake farm area. I haven't gone to the castle one yet, because when I'm in World 1, I just get to level 15 and go to the next world. You do crystal, and then all that kind of stuff. As soon as you discover it, you can teleport to that area. Now, this is the first area that new players will see. You have your cash shop, which is more like your gem shop, and then things you can buy with Robux. Cash shop can have mounts, which are pets that you can ride. You get cosmetics, you can get emotes, accessories, and all that kind of cool stuff. Now, if you go here, this is pets. Pets are, little mini characters you can equip that do extra damage, or give you extra stats. Now, the egg shop is literally what it is. It's an egg shop. You buy one of these eggs, so I buy a star egg for $2 grand. I get a star egg. Now, if I go to my inventory, I now have a star egg. Now, if I equip the egg, I can actually feed it with your little XP food that you can collect by doing dungeons and killing any mob. Now, all I have to do is feed it 5 of these sundaes, which give you 10 experience points. Now, I have a lot of food. I've been playing the game for a little while. Now, I can hatch the egg. Now, there's 3 different kinds of pets you can get. You can get an owl, which I just got. You can get a cat, or a boar wolf. And I'll show you the tiers. Tiers can be distributed between common, uncommon, rare, epic, and legendary. That's what I like to call them, but they're really just like tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 5. And tier 5, you see how there's 2 of each pet? Well, they are both really, one of them is better than the other. Like this fox here, they're both pretty unique, but the black flame one, if I'm right, is a better version. Now, if you look at this Boar pet, it has a black flame and then a dire blast. If you actually played the game before, you'll notice that this pet Boar looks like the exact same dungeon boss as Dire Problem, which is level 7 required in the game. And has the same ability too. That's the best version of that pet. And it's also the rarest to get opening eggs. Now, before the updates a few months ago, you could get, orange tier would be hard to get, and it's harder to get pets. They're harder tiers now. And let me tell you something about your inventory. Special items are like when your currency, like it's a harvest prize ticket now, your food for your pets, and then unravel stones. Those are for upgrading or de-upgrading your pets, your staff and stuff. Now, if you notice here, it gives you your attack power, how much damage you do to mobs. And it gives you, in purple rank, which is tier 4, gives you 2 abilities. These ones give you perks. Now, this one gives you Life Drain, which I'm assuming you know what Life Drain is, and if you don't, it's where you deal damage, but you gain some health points back, and then bonus pet food chance. And now, if let's say I have a common pet, a common bow, or staff, or anything, no perks. Uncommon, no perks. Blue one will give you 1 perk. Purple will give you 2, but orange will give you 3 with a special perk. Now, let me go to my bank so I can show you exactly what I mean. Take me a second, and while I'm walking to the bank, let me explain what this little area right here is. This is where your sprint is, your sheathing, which means this. You unequip your staff, and you can do little emotes and stuff. Now, here are your abilities of your class. Now, classes are your different kinds of characters you can use. If you're just starting the game, you can get Defender, which is meant for more defense, a little more defense. A Swords Master is more of attack, close range, and Arcane Mage is a little more long range if you don't like being close up. Now, you can choose whatever class you want, but I actually prefer the Arcane Mage because most bosses can do a lot of damage close range, and some mobs can do a lot too. And now, when I go through these tiers, each tier unlocks at a certain level point. Tier 2 unlocks level 15, 35, 60, and then tier 5, you get a pre-stage. Pre-stages are when you basically rebirth and you lose everything, but you gain the ability to use a new class. Now, I like using Summoner, which is a tier 5 class, because it can summon little characters as its secondary ability, and its big ability, which is its super summon. That can actually summon a huge being that takes a long time to kill and can do a lot of damage. Now you're thinking, oh, I choose 3. I can switch between them, right? No. And let's say I choose Swordmaster. And well, actually, for tier 1, it doesn't actually matter. But for tier 2, you gotta choose 1 class at a time. Let's say I choose Elementalist, let's say Equip class. These will be locked until the next rebirth. And then you can choose them, and you can use both. Let's say I choose Guardian on my second rebirth. I can use that class and the Elementalist. Now, in the newest updates, they've added a new class, the Shadow Blade class, which I actually haven't unlocked yet because I've been trying to play for it and get it, but it's a little tough. I'm very close. And now, let's head to my bank and show you some of the weapons. Now, most players have a bank, but most games have a bank, and they usually can store items. Now, let me show you two different types of weapons. One's a bow, which is what the archer class uses. Let me show you what an archer class can do. Archer class is very useful if you like long-range combat, because it's an archer. They don't fight close range. Unless you are doing para casual wings, which is better if you do close range, it'll take quicker to fire. And now let me go to my bank and show you what a tier 5 weapon looks like. Now, this is an Aether Bow at tier 5. You get 3 abilities and you get 1 special ability. Boss of the Boss, you can get Elite Boss, Mob Boss, and a bunch of others, but I'm not going to name them all, that'll take too long. And you might be wondering, what does the upgrade mean? Well, if you go to certain areas in the game, let me see, they have one in World 1. Sometimes they have it in certain worlds, sometimes they don't. But they do. You go to this upgrade area, and you can upgrade any of your items. Let's say I want to upgrade my Waterfly Staff. You need cash, which can be easily gotten by, like, selling items. Now, Empower is to increase its level by 1. So I have 12 empowering stones, I can do 12 levels. But I'm not going to do that on a not very common item. A common item. Now, upgrading is usually pretty easy, so you just suck your item, and you say one time, and have a decent chance of getting it. Which it did not give me. There you go. And now, its power has increased, and now it is 1 out of 7. That means how many times you can upgrade it. Now, let's say I want to do insert and undo that. It costs me 10 grand and I can undo that upgrade. That's for any item you would like to undo, but you won't get to go back. Now, let me teach you about this little sidebar. This is your quests, like weekly, daily, world inside. Pretty simple to understand. Some of the weekly quests are hard to do, some of the daily ones are hard to do. It just depends on what they are. Now, classes we've already seen. Now, Cash Shop is just another version of that. Now, the free UGC. This is for the Halloween update. If you kill 1,000 pumpkin-headed monsters within this event, and enough time, there's only 5,844 left, you get a free UGC, the Vampiric Greatsword. And now, Battle Pass. Most games like this have Battle Passes where you collect a certain currency, and you can get certain items. In the top row is free, and the bottom row is premium, which premium means you just need to pay 2,000 gems, which is not easy to always get, and you get better items. But if I pay 2,000 gems, let's see, I get 400, 400, another 400, another 400, 400. That's 2,000 gems right there, but I get all these unique and rare items. And now, the next one, it would be dungeons. You can go to the world dungeons here, which is 5 in the first world, which is... When it means 5, it means all of them, including the event arena. And this one actually has 6 if you count the event arena, because the first world is the only world that has 5, because it is a first world, and so it goes from 1 to 4 to 7 to 10 to 12. But other worlds, they usually take up increments of 5. The Infinite Tower is for if you want to grind. And you have good chances to get good items. Daily dungeon is I haven't actually unlocked that yet because that's definitely new. It's probably just like a dungeon that changes every day. If I get some decent rewards. Celestial Tower. There's 100 floors. And if you beat all 100 floors, I believe you get some really good items. I'm not sure, I haven't beaten it yet. Now, players. This is where all the players in your world are. And what they are. You can expect their like avatars and stuff and their pets. And you can party with them to do dungeons, and you can trade with them. Now you do friends. Now I had no friend in this game right now because no one's played with me yet. This is servers. So let's say your friend's in a server that you're not in. Let's say my friend was in server 10606C37. I could join that server right now. Next one's settings. Now this is where you can like do all your say you want a camera shake or skip cutscenes or show other players damage and all that kind of stuff. Guild. Now this is like an alliance in any other game. You join it and you try to become the top guild, and you usually gotta search for one, or sometimes you can get invited, or you can even make your own. Making your own does cost a lot though. Now, rewards. This is where you redeem your codes. And now, let me show you what the best thing for you to do if you're a new player is. Oh, see that little scroll there? That's where your quest that you're currently navigating is at. And that is where mini bosses spawn, like event bosses. So if I click that button and say yes, I'll be teleported to that boss. And it takes a certain amount of time for it to spawn. Now that's just 2 minutes and 48 seconds. Now you can see here, it says dungeon invite. That's when players hit party whenever they do a dungeon. Let me say if I hit select dire problem and I say find party. Players can join that party within 15 seconds of the thing starting. And now, this is your list of rewards, going from tier 1 all the way to tier 5. And now you might be wondering, why are there like 2 orange items and like 5 purple items? Well, there's only 2 orange items per world, mostly. And if you notice here, I hit challenge mode. That increases their damage by 100%. And you only have 1 life. And this one you have 3. But the rewards for purple and orange items do increase. And now, let me go back to the home, like the lobby area, so I can show you some more stuff. That just teleported me back to the area. Oh yeah, and in this game, you have to actually find the dungeon first in order to play it. So that was red. If I hit dungeons, like, it would not be there. And also, if you notice, your pet's abilities also in your stats and in your moves ability section. And now above it is its level and its little name. Now the Crowd Prince is another world event, but you can actually teleport to it as soon as it pops up, which I was already right there. Now there isn't too much more for this game. I could go on about like what to do and what not to do. But piece of advice: if you're a new player and you're not used to playing like fighting style games, choose classes like Arcane Mage, Elementalist. Now, in my opinion, I wouldn't use any of these classes because Berserker's really hard to use because any boss could kill it while it's using its ability since it's physical combat. And now, if you choose any of these tier 4 classes, use Spirit Archer because they have some really cool abilities. And now, if you choose any of these abilities, like, if you're a new player, doesn't like physical combat, like sword combat, choose Summoner, Spirit Archer, sometimes Mage of Light if you're in a party, Elementalist, and Arcane Mage. Now, Presage. If you hit Presage, you get a 0.5% minimum drop rate increase for like these items, the purple and orange tier. You keep all of your like bows and stuff and your pets, but if you're at a certain level, you can only use them at that level. Let's say currently I'm at 93. I need 18 more levels to use the Pet Spooky Cat. And now you also notice, pets have their own perks. And the perks tier is the same way, if I'm right, as items. 1 for blue, 2 for purple, and 3 for orange. And now, they don't have any special abilities, not all of them do, but like this one, has the Elite's boss. You may be wondering, what's an elite character? That elite character is a stronger version of the regular mobs, but they're rare, and they give more experience points, which are right here, down here. And they give you more if you kill them. Now I'm back at town because I found one of the waystones. Now, if you're wondering, what's this little portal right here? This is the harvest event. Now I'm not going to teleport to it right now because my screen may freeze because, you know, when you're recording and all that kind of stuff, it can freeze. Now, this is a crystal chest shop. This is a really good area if you want some like accessories. Now, these ones are cheaper, or auras and all that kind of stuff. But I'd be wondering, you never show this part. You keep your accessories. If you go to your inventory regularly, you go to cosmetics. This is where you can like equip all your unique outfits and all your unique cosmetics or auras. So if I equip this aura and aura 2, I now have a lightning aura. Or I can use my death aura. Or a skull and bones aura. And all these kind of cosmetics. Now, outfits. This I have not seen much because I don't go with cosmetics much. But now let me tell you one last thing about World Zero that you might want to know. If you see, this is where your worlds are. But if you noticed, special worlds. There's a PvP arena and a marketplace. Now, the marketplace is where anybody can sell almost anything. And maybe wondering, how do you do that? Well, all you have to do is claim one of these stands that say sell shop. And now, hold on. There. Now you can edit your name. I haven't edited my name yet, but you can sell any item for almost any amount of price. You usually want to put rare items at a higher price. So I have 2 million. I could buy a lot of things. But depends what people sell them for. So let's say this person sells items at a ridiculous price, which no one will buy. That usually means people are trying to set up their shop. They don't want anybody to buy their stuff. Now, this will never, I will never buy these pets for that much price. Now, this is technically tier 6. These are 0 items, which can be crafted by if you have 7 bows or like 7 of any of the items. And now, this is actually a decent priced shop if you want specific items. And mounts are always going to be high because certain mounts can be found easily, but some, like, only certain events can happen. And that means if you have no items, which sucks for a shop. It's like you go to a store and say, oh, I'm out of items. Come back tomorrow. No, we want items. Now let's see if we can find a decently priced item. Okay, that would be a decently priced item if it were like a couple months ago. One of the last updates made the level cap 20 plus levels. So it was 130, now it's 150. And now, these have some perks I like. 7% attack up, which means 7% more power than it originally had. Life Drain, which I've already explained, and the Mob Boss, 29% damage to mobs. Now, if you look at all these items, that's not bad priced for an average person to shop selling stuff. Now, let's see if we can find a person with a decently priced item. Now, see here, these are all above 1 million. Oh, yes, found it. Zero armor. The same thing as the zero item, but this gives you way more health points. Now, HP up. Everybody knows what HP is, hopefully. And if you don't, please look it up. It means health points. It'll give you a 7% more HP. And now, there's not many people in the shop right now. This isn't the best time. It's a little later in the afternoon, so not many people are going to be there. Now, this is your current quest in the top right corner. Now, I'm at level 93. It's a World 1 quest. It's just my next quest in World 1. Because I actually didn't complete it. Because I kind of skipped to the dungeons because I am higher. And if you didn't see this before, when you pre-stage, you get 20% permanent XP boost, and you have and you get to keep everything. So say, oh, I really like my pets, but I don't want to get rid of them. You keep them when you rebirth. But like, you only have a certain amount of inventory space and bank space. Don't keep all of your armors. Just keep the ones you need. Like, keep all your orange ones, unless they're like level 5. And now, let me show you one of the worlds that isn't World 1. Let me go to my current world, World 7. Now, I haven't done any of the quests yet because I just got to this area a couple days ago and I haven't been on in a while. Now, some areas only have like 2 dungeons. But there is one thing that I think it's worlds like 5 to 10, 5 and on have. Yes. No, world 6 and on. Wait, let me see, this one has it. Yeah, I can't necessarily tell, but I think if I'm right, yeah, world 5 and on have towers. Now, this world has a tower, so I'll show you what that means. So if I get, excuse me. Towers are, like, basically dungeons with floors. And if you get to the top floor, you have to beat a boss. And that boss is usually hard to beat. It's usually now 5 floors, or 5 waves now, depending on... Yeah, the new update made it so every single tower is 5 waves. And if you defeat the wave in under 2 minutes and 30 seconds, you can get extra chest at the end. Usually the first 4 waves are the easiest to beat because they only have 1 boss on the second to 4th wave. But the final wave has 2 bosses. But as soon as you beat all 5 waves, you have to go to the boss, which in this world is Zeus. And some others, and most of the other towers, they're dragons. Which one of them is I think it's Ignis Dragon. One of them is the Aether Dragon. And all that kind of stuff. And now, some of them are easy to beat. Some of them are hard to beat. Like, one in this one is easy to beat as long as you pay attention to where their abilities are going to hit. Usually they have like a circle, and they have something like spreading out. That'll show you where it's going to hit about when it's going to hit. Well, that's pretty much it for this video. If you like this video, like the video and subscribe to my channel. If you have any more ideas for videos, I'll be happy to look at them. And if you have anything else you would like to know about this game or